Namaste. We'll start with the prayer. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na gurof paramam shishurasmi guroh matirasti gurau mama pahi. So in today's class, we will be looking at a new topic, which is the Gunitaksharani. So last class, we finished the Varnamala. It took us 2 days to finish the complete Sanskrit alphabet. So today we'll be learning Gunitaksharani. Before that, I would like to do a small recap of the Varnamala and also dictate a few sentences, 2-word sentences, which would be easy for everybody to write with the knowledge that we have so far. So first we'll have a small dictation, and then we will do the recap. Okay, so paint is visible, right? So the first first sentence would be, I am Amaraha. So I will give you a little bit time to try and write it yourself, after which I will write it on the screen. I will repeat, I am Amaraha. So when you finish, you can type yes in the chat box. So I will show you, I am. So that's the first word. So first we have the letter A. So before we put a Shirorekha, we need to wait. After the word completes, we put the Shirorekha at the end. I am then Amaraha. So A, Ma, Ra, Ha. So that means this is God. I am Amaraha. Any questions regarding this? You can type. Okay, can we not write Anuswaram on the top of Ya? So whenever a vowel is in front, the next word has starting with a vowel. So A is a vowel, so Ma should be written completely. We'll see the next example, and this question will be answered with the next example. So the next one is I am Madhavaha. I will give you a little bit time to write that. I am Madhavaha. So we haven't learned the long aspect of that. You just put a line after Ma, and that would be I am Madhavaha. Yeah, so I think people got it now. I am. So now what happens is, after we write I am, we put a dot at the top because the next letter is a consonant. Madhavaha. Okay. Aham, some people have written aham. It is I am. This is Madhavaha. This is Vishnu. It's a different sentence. Aham is a different sentence. And you can put the dot on the top. So because there is a consonant here, Madhava, Ma is a consonant. So we put a dot. You cannot write Ma here. You can write it, but it is not as complete sentence. Like normally you will see it like this in the books. So it's not wrong to write a Ma, but technically it's not wrong. But in practice, it's not seen like that. They don't write another Ma and then put another consonant. So I am Amaraha, I am Madhavaha. The pronunciation is the same. The Ma pronunciation is the same. But because of the writing, we write it like this. it is a dha, madhavaha. So dha is a mahaprana. We learned in the tatha dadha, na, that varga, fourth one. Okay, now we will stop this because I just wanted to give you a little bit background of what we could be doing for this class. So we will now have a recap of the Varnamala, and then we will go into the study of Gunitaksharani. So please watch this video.
Earlier, you have learnt the basic Samskrita Varnamala with the swaras and vyanjanas. Now, listen to these words carefully. Kamalam, Kakaha, Kupaha. All these words start with the same consonant sound K followed by different vowel sounds like A, and oo. Listen to them again now.
So kakaha, it's similar to what we did now in madhavaha. So the ma with a line next to it was ma. So we will be learning in detail, but I just wanted to show you how it looks like a little bit beforehand.
Kamalam, Kakaha, Kupaha.
So here, kamalam, there is k plus amalam. This is kupaha. It is k plus upaha. So the k with a line at the bottom means it's an ardha akshara. So gunitaksharas are also called purna aksharas because they are complete. Vyanjanas are not complete without without the swara. Swara can be pronounced by itself, but a vyanjana, it's just k. So it needs a it needs a u, it needs something for it to really form a word. K upaha. So with the vyanjana ka, when it's added with the swara u, it becomes kupaha. Similarly, k with a becomes ka. So then k plus akaha becomes kakaha.
The letters like K are actually not pure consonants. They come with the added sound of A, which helps in pronunciation. So, K is actually a combination of K and A. K is the plain consonant indicated by the slanting line below. K is the full letter made by joining the Vyanjana K with the Swara A. Gunitakshara is a combination of a Vyanjana with a Swara. A Vyanjana like K can combine with different Swaras to form a series of Gunitaksharas like this. K plus A is K. K plus A is Ka. K plus E is Ki. K plus E is Ki. K plus U is Ku. K plus U is Ku. K plus R is Kr. K plus R is Kr. K plus L is Kl. K plus A is K. K plus I is Kai. K plus O is Ko. K plus Au is Cow. K plus is Kam. K plus Aha is Kaha. In writing, each swara has a specific symbol which is added to the Vyanjana. For example, A is indicated by adding a standing line next to the Vyanjana. Ka, ka, ta, ta, pa, pa. Similarly, each swara has a specific symbol and these symbols are called matras. In the next section, you will learn the matras for each swara and see how the different Gunitaksharas are written.
Okay, so that was the introduction to the Gunitaksharas. I hope you understood what this is. So, yeah, no worries if you haven't attended the 2 classes previously. We are actually doing a recap of this. So I see a lot of messages regarding that. So, a recap of Varnamala. I will pronounce the whole Varnamala, and please listen carefully and imagine these letters and how you would write them. If you are interested, you can also take out a pen and paper and write them as practice. And please write them in how it is shown. Like kakha gaghanga should be written as one set and then the next set. So we don't write all of them in a straight line because they're grouped in this way for a reason. I will be reading Varnamala. A, A, I, U, U, R, R, L, A, I, O, Au, Aha. K, K, G, G, Ng. Ch, Ch, J, J, Ny. T, T, D, D, N. T, T, D, D, N. P, P, B, B, M. Y, R, L, V, Sh, Sh, S, H. So if you observed, after the swaras, all of the vyanjanas were pronounced with half the time. So it was their artha aksharas. So actually there should be a line below each that is called the halantam. So there should be a slanting line below each letter in the vyanjana section. We don't write it when we're teaching just for the ease of teaching. But as the video just explained, ka is actually ka plus a. So ka plus a becomes ka. So when we pronounce the Varnamala, you can say ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, but just know that this is with the addition of the letter a, the first letter we learned. So that is the Varnamala. So is my screen visible? Is the PPT visible? You can type yes or no. Yes, okay. So the Varnamala has the swaras, which are the vowels. There are 15 of them. And then we have the Vyanjanani, which are 33. So total we have 48 letters in this alphabet. In Vyanjanas, again, we have Vargiya Vyanjanani and Avargiya Vyanjanani, the classified ones, the first 5 rows, and then the 8 unclassified letters. So how many letters do we have? We have 48 in total. Some people say that screen is not visible. Let me share it again. Is it visible now?
Yes, Bhagini, it is visible.
Okay. So now we go to the Gunitaksharani. We will be using the example of ka. So as we just learned that ka plus a is ka. So similarly, for all the 15 varieties of writing ka, when it is added with different permutations and combinations of swaras, it gives different pronunciation and different letters are formed. So this is what the matra is. The matra is always written after writing the letter. So we have ka. After writing the letter ka, we put the matra. If we have ki, we write ka first, then we put the matra. The matra is an addition to the letter itself. When we practice the writing, this will become clear. Just look at them and observe them. If you know the matras, it is like one key for opening all the Gunitaksharani for each and every Vyanjana. So we'll only be looking at ka for now, and then later we'll move on to other letters. So the same thing here as well. Ka plus a is ka. This concept should be very clear. Okay, so this is the first letter. We already looked at ka, so we'll not be going into detail, but you can see the movements and become sure of this once again. So this is how ka is written. This is ka plus a. This example for this is karaha. Karaha is hand. So you should be able to read this word and write it karaha, that is hand. That is ka plus a. The next one is ka. So ka is ka plus a. We put a vertical line next to the letter ka. Shirorekha always comes at the end, and matra, this vertical line in this case, comes always after the letter we have written, the Vyanjana which we have written. Ka kaha. Ka plus a is ka. Ka kaha is crow. So this is the next one. Ki. So we are going in the order of the swaras. So this should be the next level of what we have learned so far. And last class we had a small revision of the swaras. So this should help. That should help in understanding today's class. Ki. So same steps as we used to write ka. And then before adding the shirorekha, we first draw the matra. So first we put a vertical line to the left, and then we take a small loop and attach both of the lines at the top. And that becomes ki. Example for this is kiritaha. Ka plus a is ki. That's a crown. We will be practicing all these letters in paint after the presentation. The next is ki. So here we have k plus e. So we have a vertical line to the right this time. So for ki, it was a vertical line to the left. Remember it as ki comes first. So first the vertical line comes before the ka. And ki comes after ki. So you put a vertical line after the letter, just for easy remembering. And then we draw a hoop at the top and then shirorekha at the end. Okay. So example for this is kitaha. Kitaha is an insect. Ka plus e, and then we add the ta plus a. Ta plus aha. Then kitaha is formed. This is ku. So we draw ka and then we put u at the bottom. That is the symbol for u. We put the matra, a small, what do you call, like a loop-like structure at the bottom towards the left. So this is being dragged towards the left top. So that is important where it goes. And then we put the shirorekha, because the next few letters will be confused often with this. So for ku, observe the movement. It is going clockwise from left to right, and then it's going towards the top left. It's ending at the left side. This is kutiraha. Ka plus u is ku, and kutiraha means a hut. Next one is ku. So ku, as you can observe, it is also going in a clockwise direction, but it is going towards the right down. So it's going right down. So you have to take a loop and push it down. This is very similar to this, but they're opposite. So this needs to be taken care of while writing. And it is a little bit larger than what you're going to see the next letter. Kupaha. So that would be an example. K plus U, the long U, that is kupaha, which is a well. The next one is kr. So as I said, this is a little bit confused with ku. It is just that you don't drag this line to the end. So when you don't drag it to the end, it is kr. But if you drag the whole line to the end, it becomes ku. So this line should not be dragged to the end. And it starts from a different position. It starts from the end of the line and goes down. And ku starts from the bottom of the, below the line, a little bit below, and goes around to the line, touches the line and goes down. So this is ku and this is kr. Kr is k plus r, that is krishakaha, that is a farmer. Okay, the next one is kr. Kr is the long r-kara. So it's just the same thing as a kr, and then you add another loop below it. So it's like mirror image of a 3. That's how it looks like. The example, we won't be looking at this because it's not commonly seen. L. The next thing, again here the L is written a little bit differently, but in Paint we'll be looking at how are the different ways we can write this. This is Kl. This is K. So after R, L, then A. So K plus A becomes K. Here, as you know, from I, when we write I, we see that the line at the top goes from top to bottom and then attaches to the vertical line. So similarly here as well, first we draw the line at the top, the diagonal line from left to right, and then we draw Shirorekha. Example is Keshaha. Keshaha means hair. Then we have Kai. So K plus I becomes Kai. So we have 2 lines. So remember, when we write I, we have only 1 line at the top. But when we write Kai, the matra has 2 lines at the top. Similar to the letter Au. Au also has 2 lines at the top, if we can recap that. So that's how we would write Kai. The example is Kailasaha. You should be able to read this now that we learned the matra and we learned the few Gunitaksharani. Kailasaha, that is Mount Kailas. Now we have Ko. It's very similar to the Swara itself, the Okara. Okara has a vertical line and then a slanting line at the top. So the same thing is written for Ko. So K plus O is Ko. Example is Kokilaha. This should be easy to read as well. We learned the Ki and we learned the Ko. So Kokilaha, that is a cuckoo bird. The last one is cow. Cow is also similar to the swara itself. We just add the same thing is repeated. Besides the letter in front of it, we have that matra of the straight line and then 2 lines at the top. The example for this is kaumudi. Kaumudi. So this should be a challenge, but you will be able to read this if you were paying attention till now. So the makara and u becomes mu, and the dakara and e becomes the long the. So kaumudi is moonlight. Kam. So k with a dot at the top, similar to we just add a dot at the top. This is not difficult as well. Then we have kaha. Kaha is the same as aha. We just have to add 2 dots to this right side. Example is bakaha. K plus aha. These are relatively easier. So now what we'll do is we'll look at all these and ka, ki, ku, kr, kl, ke, kai, ko, kau, kam, kah. So the same thing we see for ka, it will be done to each and every letter, each and every vyanjana. Each vyanjana can attach itself to a swara and form a new letter. This is called Gunitaksharani. Now what we will do is we'll draw all these in paint again as it will help to emphasize this point more. So please write along with me. Okay, so first we do a vertical line, we draw k. What I'll be doing is I'll be copying this. You have to write it every time again, but I don't want to keep writing it again. So I will just copy that and use the same letter because this is the thing that remains common. K. And then we put a vertical line, a horizontal line at the top, it becomes k. K plus a. Now again, we have k. This time we will put a line next to it. That becomes ka. These lines should attach. Hope this is clear. So next we have k. And then we add a vertical line to the left. Then we go from left to right always, even while drawing the hoop. And then Shirorekha at the end. This is ki. The next one is ki. So we draw k. Then we put a vertical line to the right. And we draw a hoop above it. From left to right again. And Shirorekha at the top. Ki. Now we have kr. K. And then, ka, ki, ku. So we have u at the bottom. And then ku would look like this. So this is ku. And then I want to write these together so that there's less confusion. We can see how they all look together. This is kr. Kr. So see how they're very similar, yet their pronunciation would be totally different. And then kr. So really practice these. Ku, kr, kr. Then we have kl. For kl, please write the k small and so that it will accommodate the l. So I'll write it again. This is kl. Once again. So small k at the top. Then we draw l at the bottom. This should be touching. So it's kl. They're stacked on top of each other. Then we have kl, k. We have k with an a kara at the top. And then we have kai, 2 lines at the top. These two are similar. One from here, it gets similar to the swara itself. Then we have ko, kau, kam, then kaha. So this is the whole Gunitaksharani series for the letter ka. Okay. Now we'll have a small exercise. Please observe these carefully for a few seconds. Revise it in your mind. So, as we just finished learning the Gunitaksharani for Ka, please listen to the audio and write the word. So, I will be dictating a few words and you have to try and write them down. Are you ready? You can type yes in the comments, chats. Okay, good. Kamalam. Kamalam. Kalaha. The second one is Kalaha. Next is Kiritaha. You can write it down in your notebook. It's okay, you don't have to type it in the chats. You can write it down in the notebook. Kiritaha. Observe which is the Hasva and Dirgha. Observe which one is short, which one is long. Kiritaha. Next is Kiraha. This is the fourth one. Kiraha. Next one is Kutiraha. Kutiraha. Again, once again, observe if it is the short U or if it's long, based on the pronunciation. Kutiraha. The next one is Kupaha. Kupaha. Seventh one is Krishakaha. Krishakaha. The next one, Keshaha. Keshaha. Next is Kailasaha. Kailasaha. Last two we'll be looking at Kolahalaha. Kolahalaha. The last one is Kaushalam. Kaushalam. So take some time to just look at all the words you've written. Check for any mistakes or anything which could be improved upon. I will be showing you all of them and do a self-correction, self-check. So here we have Kamalam, Kalaha, Kiritaha, Kiraha, Kutiraha, Kupaha, Krishakaha, Keshaha, Kailasaha, Kolahalaha, Kaushalam. So you can look at how they're formed to the right column and then their meanings at the rightmost side. I hope you got most of them correct. You can type your scores in the chats just so that I know. You can do a self-correction and type your scores in the chat. Out of 11, how many were you able to get correct? Okay, some are saying 6. 11 out of 11, okay. Okay, Sha and Sha are different letters altogether. So I think some people had confusion in Krishakaha. Sha, when it is pronounced harsh, it is Sha. In harsh, we have the letter Sha. You can think of the same word in English, harsh, Sha. And Shiva has Sha. Okay. Yes, so Jairam Mahodaya, you have the right idea. Whenever there's ga, na, and sha, we have to write another line. When they already have one line, yes, we have to write another line to the right. Kaushalam can end with a dot over the la. It can, but when we write it as a separate word, you should always write the complete letter ma, the half ma. So you can put a dot, but that's not the correct way of writing it. When it's followed by another word which starts with a vowel, then you can put a dot. Okay, 9 out of 11. Okay, that's very good. So I hope you are able to correct your mistakes if you had mistakes, and congratulations to everyone who was writing along with my dictation in the class. That's really good. So now we'll have a small dictation reading practice. So try to pronounce these letters. You see, okay, here it is the letter na. So we have for na, na, ni, no, n, 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 ne, nai, no, now, nam, naha. So the three here, they rarely occur, so don't worry too much about their pronunciation, and they are very complicated. So just for writing and reading, we need to be aware of these different ways of writing. So as somebody just asked about the ga, na, and sha, yes, these letters have another line. So don't get confused. The letter is na, and then there's a matra, an extra vertical line attached to it. The matra and the letter are always together. So don't think that the letter changes because of the matra. There is an addition that happens. Sometimes, very rarely, a subtraction, but mostly an addition which happens with the matra. We'll look at a subtraction in the future. So I just want to show you how all of them look, and then we can draw them in paint. Dha, dha, dhi, dhi, dhu, dhu, dhr, dhr, dhl, dhe, dhai, dho, dhau, dham, dhaha. So if you observed, the is the constant here. It is affected by different swaras, and therefore the sound changes when you pronounce them, when the different types of swaras or matras are attached to it. This is relatively easy. Even the pronunciation of dhr and dhr is relatively easy. The next one is tha. So even tha, observe where the vertical line and the top, especially the ikara, because that's the main confusion here. So the ikara doesn't come on top of the circle. It always comes on the line, the vertical line. Th, tha, thi, thi, thu, thu, thr, thr, thl, the, thai, tho, thau, tham, thaha. Okay, the ra is very challenging. You see a different symbol here because these are very rarely used, almost never used. So we don't need to worry too much about this, but we need to know, at least for the sake of the ra series, we should know how they look. Ra, ra, ri, ri, ru, ru, r, 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 re, rai, ro, rau, ram, raha. Okay, next one is la. La, la, li, li, lu, lu, l, 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 le, lai, lo, lau, lam, laha. Okay, here there could be confusion. Where do I put this line? So this line in E, My cursor is on it. So this should not be here. It has to touch the vertical line here. So that's where it goes. It doesn't go here. So in this print, I think there's a difference here, but we need to draw it here. Always on the second vertical line. It's always on the second vertical line. So shasha, shishi, shushu, shri. So when I was talking about a deletion, so this is a different way of writing it. It can also be written as shown below. So here near the star, so it can be written as the following, shra shra, or it can be written as this. So if you see it in a text like this, don't get confused. It is the same thing. And then shla, she, shai, sho, shau, sham, shah. So as observed here, since this letter also contains a line in front of it, just like na and ga, these two lines here do not come on the first vertical line. They always come on the second vertical line. Please do not confuse this, because this is a common mistake which I see. These two lines always coming in another place. So they have to come here and they have to touch. So ignore this mistake in this writing here, but when we write by hand, we will get it right. Next one is ha. So ha is interesting in a few letters, as you see here. Ha ha, he, hu, hr, hl, he, hi, ho, how, hum, ha. So haha must be a nice word because letter, because it is ha, and then there's a visarga which also has a similar pronunciation. So hra, as you can see here, it doesn't come on the bottom. That little hook which we see everywhere here, that hook does not come on the bottom. It rather is inside the ha letter itself. Similarly with hra, and yeah, so these two letters, they need to be looked at carefully. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll practice these letters on paint. Yes, so for ni, the matra on the top goes all the way and touches. So ignore the mistake in the printing. So we will be looking at them now. So this is na, as you know, this is na. And then we have na with a second line next to it. Don't think that there's already a line here, so I don't need to draw another line. That is the letter. So I understand this is a letter, and this is the addition we are adding here. It is irrespective of if it has a line or it doesn't. And then ni. So first we draw the letter as always. That avoids the confusion when we first draw this letter, and then we draw this vertical line next to it on the left. Then we, from the left to the right, we take it and touch it to the second point you see here. Second point. Always remember the last thing you see, that's where you touch this, and then you draw a line. Similarly for na, ni. So you draw this hook. Sorry. It should be in a gap. Ni. It does not come here. This is wrong. It should always touch on these places. So next is no. And then no. So this should be relatively easy as we looked at ka. Then we have nr. The same thing for nr as well, just another C-like shape at the bottom. Then we have r. name, name, no, sorry, this has to be given a little bit distance. No, no, nam, naha. So these are the 15 for the letter na. Now we will look at the letter ha in particular. The other letters, I think they are going similar to whatever we looked at with the ka and na example. We look at the letter ha. This could be a little hard to write. So first we draw ha. This has to be here. Ha. Then okay. Ha. Now draw a vertical line here. He. He. Who. Who. Now comes the tricky part. First write the letter, and then you see the hook at the inside the letter. So I'll show that again. So instead of making this so big, just like how we accommodated the kl by making the l small, we have to do the same thing here. So I didn't do that. So we have to do this, and then we have to do this. That makes it easier to draw. Same thing repeat for kr, hr. Then draw the matra inside. Hr. So it's inside the h itself. Then we have hl. Hl, again, there is l at the bottom. He, hi, ho, how, hum, dot first, then Shiroreka, and then haha. So this was the Gunitaksharani series for ha. Now we'll go back to the slides. So what we have done for today was we had a small recap of the Varnamala. We practiced 2 word sentences, just 2 or 3, just for getting an idea of today's class. We had a recap of the Varnamala. We got an introduction to the Gunitaksharani. We got to know what is a matra and how the swara takes the form of matra when we write a Gunitakshara. And we wrote the Gunitaksharani series for 15, Gunitaksharani of Ka Varga, the Ka letter. So Ka to Kaha. And we looked at a word for each. And we had a small challenge of dictation. We also started this Pada Parichaya. The document will be shared with you all with the focus on the special letters, the na, dha, tha, ra, la, sha, and ha. So the homework for everyone would be to write the Gunitaksharani for each Vyanjana of the Varnamala. So all the way from Ka to Ha, each one you have to create 15, the series of 15, and be ready for the dictation practice, writing practice tomorrow for each Vyanjana of the Varnamala, and prepared for the games in the class tomorrow. So today we didn't have much of games, but tomorrow's class we will be having many games. And on Monday we will have an assignment. The details will be told to you in class tomorrow. So tomorrow is Friday. Saturday and Sunday you will have time to prepare for this assignment, and Monday will be the assignment. So this is the first assignment out of 2 which we'll be conducting on Monday. So I hope you enjoyed today's class and understood whatever the topics that were dealt today. If you have any questions, you can ask now. I will finish with the Shanti Mantram, and then we can ask the questions. End the class now. Okay, Ram Ram Ram. Thank you for joining.